Hello and welcome to Surviving the Week, where each week I tell you about all the things that made me want to hit the fuck it button and the things that helped me to survive it. And it is episode 10! It is also the start of spring, the flowers are blooming, and we are going to celebrate by dyeing my hair. Obviously, the first positive this week is the fact that I have made it to episode 10. I have never been this consistent with anything, ever. So I am really proud of myself and I'm really, really excited to carry on growing and see where this goes. Next week, we have a new guest joining us, so make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss it. So, for the springtime, obviously, we have to go with something bright and colourful. Ta-da! Bright daffodil. Look at it! I mean, look at it. So pretty. I am very, very excited. So, let's get started. So for several months now, I have been complaining about my car gradually falling to pieces after 11 years. It's the only car I've ever owned, the only car that I've driven, and it was heartbreaking. But this week, I sold it. I did manage to get triple the original quote of what it was supposed to be worth for scrap, which is brilliant. But letting it go was really, really sad. I've had that car for so long, and to now just not have a car is a bit upsetting. My husband and I are currently sharing his car, which is fine, but I'm not sure what to do. Should I put the money towards a new car? Should I put the money towards a holiday? Should I put it into savings and just keep it there for a rainy day? What should I do with it? What would you do with it? Should I use it to get things that we need? I don't know. Or should it be for treats? I'm not sure what to do. So let me know in the comments what you would do. Bearing in mind, it's not a lot of money. I sold it to a scrapper. My postman was very excited this week because normally I see him in the mornings and he never has any post for me. And it's become a bit of a joke between us about the fact that there's never any post for me. And he rang the doorbell and was very excited to say, "I've got something for you." And it was exciting because it was a delivery of one of my husband's birthday presents. And then he said, "I've also got a letter." Now, he handed me the letter and I went, yeah, that's not for me. That'll be a return to sender. And he goes, "Oh, well, I can take it back." I was like, what? And he said he just writes RTS on it and puts it back in his bag. And I don't have to make the effort of going to the post box. I never knew this. I always thought return to sender stuff was something that I had to put in the post box. Turns out you can just give it to the postman. So there's a fun fact for you. If you are like me and you have stacks of letters that come through for the previous tenant or the one before that, you can just give them back to your postman. Moment of truth. First bit of colour. Am I going to regret this? Maybe. Now for bad luck this week. Wow. Oh. It's very, very bright. Wow. Okay. Okay. Anyway, as I was saying, bad luck. This is not going to be bad luck. This is going to be good. This is going to be positive. So look, last weekend, I left my new protection crystals at my husband's house. Now look, okay, I know it's very likely that the crystals don't do anything. Maybe it's just a placebo effect. But I feel like when I have them, things are better. Bad things don't happen as much. Wow, this is super fucking bright. And I didn't have them. And it was very apparent because several bad things happened. I had to go to the dentist on Monday. I've got to have another fucking filling, which is wonderful. Super excited about that. And the filling is booked for Friday the 13th. And now I need to rearrange it because I cannot have a procedure on Friday the 13th. I am not okay with that. Loads of my friends are like, oh, well, you never know. Friday the 13th is considered lucky in some places. No, not to me. Not to me. It is not. So we're gonna not do that. My kids nearly broke my nose whilst play fighting. They decided to jump all over us, which started off cute and very quickly became not so fucking cute. My toddler threw my husband's keys at my nose, and I've got a nice little cut there now. And then my 6-year-old, whilst climbing on the back of the sofa, accidentally stood on my nose. And I had to scream because I was in so much pain that I couldn't form the words to say, "You're on my nose, get off." So all I could do was scream. And luckily, my husband understood that that meant something bad was happening and removed her foot from my face. Wow, look at this. That is bright. It's kind of hard to tell if I've actually got it all though, because it's just another shade of yellow. Okay. Whew. Rather embarrassingly, I headbutted the perspex at the till in my local shop. And there was a ginormous false widow in my porch. I do not do spiders. They're not my thing. And I freaked out. Luckily, my husband was here to deal with it. But it was pretty scary. I also pulled a muscle in my back and couldn't move, which made it very, very difficult to deal with the children. My 2-year-old was not impressed with my inability to carry her down the stairs when she woke up in the middle of the night. Ooh. I feel like I need to get more hair down. Maybe I should just split it in half. The worst luck of all this week was that there was one morning where I saw the whore, which always ruins my day. And the thing is, it puts me in a state of mind where I'm then really on edge and anxious and just don't really feel safe. I feel like out of sight, out of mind, and that seeing us might trigger her to do some crazy shit again. And it just makes me feel really, really uneasy. It's also like a reminder because I've been in this reasonably happy little bubble recently where things have been pretty good. Like overall things have been good. Wow, this is so fucking bright. Overall things have been good. And seeing her is a reminder of the fact that she's still breathing, which is bad. And it just dampens my day and it makes my anxiety really bad. It triggers my PTSD. And I'll be honest, I spent 10-15 minutes sat in my car silently crying and hoping the kids didn't notice, which they didn't, thankfully. It just is a reminder that although she's not in our lives, she still exists and still has the potential to cause damage with her fucking psychopathic behavior. And it's been really pleasant being far, far away from that. The sectioning here has kind of gone out the window and I'm just kind of throwing it on. And this is exactly why my best friend was shocked that I paid so much care and attention to doing her hair, because she knows that me doing mine is just a chaotic mess. Yeah, well, it'll be fine, probably. I mean, it's just yellow, like, I'm sure it won't be that noticeable if it's bad. Whoop. A bit flicked off somewhere. Anyway, that's the only thing that I struggled with this week, though. Between that and being sad about losing my car, in general, my mental health's been pretty good. I've been more on top of the housework. I'm feeling more in control of everything. I have been generally calm, other than an argument with my teenager last night because I didn't understand what was wrong with her. And then once she told me, I could understand why she was in such a weird mood, and it improved things. We had our first parents' evening this week at my 6-year-old's new, not so new school. So that was exciting to find out how well she's doing, how she's settling in. They're very impressed with how easily she has settled and made friends. And it's like moving her to a new school was something that I struggled with for so long. I wanted to do it immediately when everything first happened and get as far away as possible. But there were so many factors to consider. And obviously I'm not her only parent, and it had to be a discussion. And now that we've done it and seen how much she's thriving, it's just such a relief. It's a real weight off of my shoulders in so many different ways. It's been hugely positive, and I'm just so thankful that she's happy and settled and doing well. I think I need more dye because I'm not convinced this is saturated properly. I need to... Oh, I might regret this. I might regret this. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Is it turning my roots kind of green? Or am I, like, imagining that? It is my husband's birthday this weekend, so I have been busy shopping, and he is extremely difficult to buy for because he has a habit of, when he wants something, just going and getting it himself. My best friend has the same problem, which kind of explains why they're friends. They are weirdly similar, but don't tell them I said that. I think that's pretty good. I have been thinking about... I've talked a lot about losing followers, right? Because of a variety of things. The change in my content, not talking about my marriage so much, not keeping my mouth shut about politics. But in terms of percentages, the amount of followers I've lost is actually pretty small in comparison to the amount of people I lost in the real world. The amount of friends and family that I lost because they didn't agree with my choices. I mean, I've been married for nearly 7 years, and the majority of people at our wedding are not in my life anymore, which is pretty sad. If we renewed our vows now, there would be 10 people there, and 5 of them would just be us. As I said previously, I think we're already pretty far into what the history books will consider World War III, and we just keep on marching right on in there. Trump has decided to attack Iran, and I mean, you can't just go around starting wars. You just can't, especially when you do it illegally. And him saying that he's very disappointed in the UK is the first time that I've been proud of our country in quite a while. A US Marine was attacked for peacefully protesting against the fact that he wants to fight for America and not for Israel. Can you imagine how fucked up things have got to become in the US for a Marine not only to be assaulted, but to have his fucking arm broken? If you didn't see this, Brian McGuinness stood up and started protesting against the fact that the US government seems to be Israel's bitch, and said that he does not want to be fighting for that. In return, his arm accidentally got shut in a door whilst he was trying to get his point across. And instead of, carefully removing him from said door, they broke his fucking arm on it. And then tried to cuff him with a broken arm. He was completely peaceful. He wasn't doing anything wrong other than just saying, we do not want to fight for Israel. Really? Is there anything wrong with that? If you needed more proof of fascism in the US, that's it, my friends. That is it. News has just broken that Kristi Noem has been fired from the Department of Homeland Security in the US. I'm not really sure that helps. I mean, yeah, she should be in prison with the rest of the administration, but I don't think it's going to really do very much. As always, thank you very much for watching. Follow for more millennial motherhood, mental health whilst recovering from trauma, and discussing current events. Let me know in the comments what you think I should do with the money from selling my car, and I'll see you next week when we have a brand new guest, which I'm very excited about, so make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on your notifications. Stick around for the weekly tarot and the hair reveal. Okay, weekly tarot. We're going to do a 3-card spread. Let's see what's jumped out. Oh, the Hermit. This is normally Kim's card. Soul searching, introspection, contemplation, wisdom, truth seeking, being alone, independence, inner guidance, meditation, and consciousness. So I need to do some soul searching and introspection. Okay. Here we go. First, we have the past that is impacting the week. 8 of Cups. Manifestation, practicality, skill, absolute decisions, business, and the ego. Upright. I get an upright, and yet it's negative. Representation of the past. Disappointment, abandonment, withdrawal, escapism, walking away, and leaving behind. Definitely done a lot of that over the last 2 years. Not enough, according to some, but still. The present. The Wheel of Fortune. A return to beginning, only at a higher level in spirit in the spiral of life. The Wheel of Fortune. Reversed. Bad luck. I told you. Fucking told you. No control, resistance to change, breaking cycles, negative phase. In the negative phase at the present. See, I told you, I'm not making it up. I'm not crazy. The cards say so. Yes, I do see how that makes me seem more crazy. I'm actually quite a logical person, but you know, desperate times, desperate measures, we turn to spirituality for some guidance. Some people find religion. I find crystals and tarot, which still counts as religion, really, if you think about it. Anyway, the future. King of Pentacles reversed. The future for the week. Greed, indulgence, material loss, stubborn, obsessed with wealth and status, financially inept. Well, ain't that the damn truth? So, what I'm going to take this to mean is that I should leave that money the fuck alone and not touch it. Because otherwise, I'm just going to prove myself financially inept. I'm going to suffer material loss more than I already have. And greed and indulgence will take over. So we don't touch the money. Do not touch the money. And then this will not come to pass. Oh, right. Let's go wash out this hair dye. Well, let's be honest. I didn't do a great job. I mean, I think I'm gonna have to redo it. This is the back. It'll be fine.